Hi everyone, hope you all are good. Happy New Year everyone. So we are here for grade 5 math. You can find all the lessons on aplusstudents.com. You have to log in there using your email address and password is provided by the administrator. Then you have to select math from the subject tab. Scroll down to grade 5 and then click on view all lessons. There you can find a list of the chapters. We're going to start with the chapter mixed operations. And the lessons we're going to cover today from the chapter are add, subtract, multiply, and divide whole numbers word problem, write numerical expressions, add, subtract, multiply, and divide fractions and mixed numbers, add, subtract, multiply, and divide decimals word problems. So please make sure you have your notebook and pencil so that you can note down the important examples and definitions as well, right? So let's just start with the lesson mixed operations. Here I am on the Grade 5 Math, the chapter we're on is mixed operations. Let's just start with the first lesson. That is add, subtract, multiply, and divide whole numbers word problems. So let's just start with the first example. You are given with the word problems. You need to understand the word problem, like which operation you have to perform, right? So read the questions carefully. You will get the operation from the question, right? For example, the first one is a foundation donates $902,284 per year to the state university. How much will the foundation donate in total to the university in 4 years? Teacher, did the class was all day? What do you mean by all day? Which day? No, yesterday we were off. Officially, we were off. And can you please write your question, clear question? A foundation donates $902,284 per year, right? All day. Yesterday, I have to do all the sessions for 5, 6, 7, 8. How much will the foundation donate in total to the university in 4 years, right? So you are given every year the foundation donates 900,284, right? Calculate the money they donate 4 years, right? You are given the money they donate in 1 year per year, right? So you have to multiply the given by the 4 because you need to calculate the value they the foundation donate in 4 years, right? So just multiply 902,284 times 4, right? So 4 times 4 is 16, 6, 1 carry. 4 times 8 is 32 and 133. Write 3 over here and carry 3. 4 times 2 is 8 and 3. 11, 1 here and 1 carry. 4 times 2 is 8 and 1, 9. 4 times 0 is 0 and 4 times 9 is 36. That means in 4 years they will donate $3,609,136, right? Let's just start with the test question. So basic thing is you need to read the word problem. You have to understand the question and you have to see which operation you have to perform, right? A foundation donates $902,284 per year to the state university. How much will the foundation donate in total to the university in 4 years? That is the same we just did. You have to multiply the given value by the 4 because the given value is for the value for 1 year. You have to calculate it for the 4 years. So you need to multiply this value by 4, right? So the correct option is option number 1 is the correct option, right? If I am not wrong. Yes, that is option 1. Okay, you have to tell me which operation we have to perform, right? Multiply, divide, whatever it is. Okay, so listen to me very, very carefully and understand the question. A summer camp has 80 campers. If 8 campers can sleep in each cabin, how many cabins will the campers need? So, which is the correct option? You have total 80 campers, right? And in one camp, each cabin, there are 8 campers. You have to see how much total cabins you need. So, what you have to do? To divide 80 by 8, right? Because you need to see 80 campers can sleep in how many camps, right? Cabins. So you have to divide 80 by 8. So 8 times 10 is 80. That means for 80 people you need 10 cabins. The question is a summer camp has 80 campers, right? 8 campers can sleep in each cabin. In one cabin, 8 campers can sleep. You need to calculate how many total cabins you need. So the total campers are 80, and in one cabin, each 8 campers can sleep. So you have to divide 80 by 8 so that you can calculate the total cabins, right? So 80 divided by 8 is 10. That means you total you need is 10 cabins, right? The correct option is 10. The next one is a construction company is repaving a damaged road. So far, they have repaved a total of 61,457 inches of road. Today, they repaved 202 inches of road. How many inches of the road had they repaved for today? The total the total repaved is 61,457. Today they did 202 inches, right? You need to calculate the one that they did for today. So what you have to do, you have to track the one they did today, right? So you need to do subtract 200 to 7 minus 2 is 5, 5 minus 0 5, 4 minus 2 is 2, 1 is 6. That means before today they did 61,255. Got it? So the correct option is option number 1. A group of 1,340 students eat lunch in cafeteria. If each table at the cafeteria seats 4 students, how many tables will the student need? Whenever you need to calculate something for one table, like for one people, one table, one car, like this, you always have to divide, right? So here you are given the total students are 1,340. Each table, if on each table 4 of the students can sit, you have to calculate how many tables you need. So obviously you have to divide 1,340 by 4 because you need to calculate the total tables required, right? So 4 times 3 is 12, 4 times 3 is 12, and 4 times 5 is 20. Very good. The correct option is option number 1. That means the total table you need to for 1,340 students 335, right? Option number 1 is the correct option. You need 335 tables. Okay, the next one is a petri dish originally contained 6,621 bacteria. A scientist let the bacteria grow and now there are 7,048 of them. How many more bacteria are there now? So, which is the correct option? Earlier they are earlier they are 6,620. Now they are 7,048. You need to calculate how much more today, right? So you have to subtract, right, the one you have now and the one you have earlier. 7,048 minus 6,621, right? Let's just subtract. 8 minus 1 is 7, 4 minus 2 is 2. You cannot subtract 0 out of 6, you need to borrow 1. 6 here you have 10. 10 minus 6 is 4 and 6 minus 6 is 0. That means there are now 427 more bacteria, right? Very good. Option number 2 is the correct option. There are now 427 more bacteria. Got it? Okay, the next one is there are four skiers in line to ride the chairlift. If each chair seats contain if each chair seats four people, how many chairs will the skiers need? So which is the correct option? Which is the correct option? You have total four skiers, right? And each chair seats four people. So how many chairs you need? Yes, the correct option is just one, because 4 divided by 4 is 1. So you just need one chair. Very good. A factory shipped 49,861 bracelets to America and 663 to Central America. In all, how many total bracelets did the factory send to the two areas? So which is the correct option? You have to calculate the total bracelets they have, right? You need to add them. So the correct option is yes, that is option number 2. You have to just add 49,861 and 696. So the correct option is 50,557. Very good. A video game company sold 1,361 white game consoles and 4,676 black consoles. How many consoles have been sold altogether? So, which is the correct option? You need to simply add them, right? That is option number. Very good. Option number 1 is the correct option. Got it? Okay, you can complete the lesson by yourself later today. Let me just move on to next lesson. And the next lesson is Write numerical expressions. Let's just start with the lesson. Now you are given with the sentences, right? You have to understand them and write the question in the mathematical form, right? Numbers and the operations, right? You have to write them in the form of numbers and operations. For example, your first example is write an expression for the operations described below 3 times 8, right? This is given in the sentence. You have to understand which operation it is and replace it with the operation. 3 times means you need to multiply it by the 8, so that is 3 multiplied by 8. Got it? So just understand these words and write it in mathematical form. Write an expression for the operation described below. Divide 8 by 7, which is the correct option, 1 or 2. That is 8 by 7. So that is option number 2. You need to divide 8 by 7. Got it? Very good. The next one is add 3 and 9, which is the correct option. Yes, that is option number 1. You have to write it with the mathematical operation, that is 3 plus 9. Got it? Okay, the next one is write an expression for the operation described below. 3 times 10, which is the correct option, 1 or 2. Very good. Option 2 is the correct option. You have to multiply them 3 times 10. Got it? Write an expression for the operation described below. 3 divided by 4, which is the correct option, 1 or 2. Very good. That is option number 1. 3 divided by 4. Okay, the next one is write an expression for the operations described below. Subtract 7 from 10, which is the correct option, 1 or 2. Yes, that is option number 2. 10 minus 7 it is, because you have to subtract 7 from 10, right? The next one is add 9 and 6, which is the correct option. Yes, that is the second one. Got it. Okay, you can complete the lesson by yourself later today. Let me just move on to next lesson, right? And the next lesson is the next one is add, subtract, multiply, divide fractions and mixed numbers, right? So we have to perform the same operations, but now we're going to do on operations or either mixed fractions, right? Mixed numbers. So let's just start with the first one, that is 4 times 5 divided by 5 minus 2, right? So in the given question, you have three operations: multiply, divide, and subtract. Which operation you have to perform first? You have to go from left to right. And on the left hand side, you have multiplication first. So just multiply. 4 times 5 is 20, right? Then again, go from left to right. You have division first. Division has the higher priority. Divide. 20 divided by 5 is 4. The last one is 4 take away 2. You just have to subtract. The answer is 2. The basic thing you have to learn here is if you have more than one operations in the question, which order you have to perform them. First of all, you have to divide division, then multiplication, then addition and subtraction, right? And also when you have division and multiplication in the same question, you have to go from left to right. Got it? So let's just start with the practice questions. Okay, evaluate 1 times 2 plus 2 times 5, which is the correct option. Okay, see, you have multiplication over here and multiplication over here and addition, right? Multiplication has higher priority. You have to perform multiplications first, right? 1 times 2 is 2, 5 times 2 is 10, and then you have to add. So the correct option is yes, it is 12. The correct option is 12. Okay, evaluate 3 plus 7 divided by 1 times 1. So, which is the correct option? Go from left to right, right? You have addition, division, and multiplication. Division and multiplication have higher priority. You have to do division first and then you have to multiplication. Yes, that is. Yes, the correct option is. Very good. Then you have to do 7 divided by 1, that is 7. Then 7 times 1 again 7. And 7 plus 3 is done. Got it? Okay, evaluate 5 times 4 minus 1 times 5, which is the correct option. Which is the correct option. Yes, it is 15. Very good. You have to do 5 times 4 first, and 5 times in 5 you have to then subtract. Very good. The next one is evaluate 5 divided by 5 plus 3 plus 1, which is the correct option. Very good. The correct option is 5. The next one is evaluate 6 plus 6 divided by 1 times 7, which is the correct option. Yes, it is. Which is the correct option? First, you have to divide, right? 6 divided by 1 is 6. And 6 times 7 is 42. You have to add 6 to 42. So, which is the correct option? The correct option is you have to do 6 divided by 1 first. That is 6. Then you have to do 6 times 7. That is 42. And you have to add 6. So, the correct option is 48. It is. The correct option is 48. Very good. Okay, the next one is 3 times 4, 3 plus 4 times 4 plus 2, which is the correct option. Very good. You have to multiply first, then you have to add. So the correct option is 21. Okay, you can complete the lesson by yourself later today. Let me just move on to next lesson. And the next lesson is add, subtract, multiply, and divide mixed numbers. Word problems. You can do word problems on your own, right? The next one is again add, subtract, multiply, and divide fractions and mixed numbers word problem. You can do word problems on your own. The next one is add, subtract, multiply, and divide decimals, right? How we do these operations on decimals we're going to learn. So the first one is example is 12 times 0.9. So you can just multiply without decimal. 9 times 12 is 108. The decimal point is from the right hand side it is after one digit. So the answer must have a decimal place from the right hand side from one place left. So that is 10.8. Let's just start with the test questions. Okay, divide 6 divided by 3, which is the correct option. How you divide and which is the correct option? 3 is smaller number. You can not divide by 6 like this, right? Because 6 is a smaller number. So you need to put a decimal point and a 0 over here. You have to put decimal point over here and 0 over here. Now you can count 6 until 30. So 6 times what number is 30? That is 0.5, right? The second one is you cannot divide the smaller numbers by the greater one. Okay, the next one is multiply 0.9 times 0.8. So just multiply them without decimal. You both digits have one decimal place. So that is answer must have two decimal. Multiplying decimal places are adding. So that means you need to put a decimal point after two decimal places. So 1, 2, you need to put a decimal point over here and 0 over here. So that is 0.72. Got it? Option 1 is the correct option, that is 0.72. Okay, the next one is 7.1 times 0.6, which is the correct option. 1 or 2, which is the correct option. 7.1 times 0.6, which is the correct option. Yes, that is option number 2. 4.26 is the correct option. Got it? The next one is 5.1 times 0.2. So, which is the correct option? That is 1.02. Option number 1 is the correct option, right? Very good. The next one is zero point 0.3 times zero point 0.8. So, which is the correct option? The correct option is 0.24. Very good. Option number 2 is the correct option. 5.9 plus 0.4, which is the correct option, you have to add. So, which is the correct option? Yes, you need to simply add. So, that is option number 1, 6.3 it is. Okay, multiply 12 times 0.9, which is the correct option. The correct option is, yes, that is option number 110.8 it is, right? 2.2 times 0.8. So, which is the correct option? The correct option is 0.16. Option 2 is the correct option. 75.58 subtract 37.52. You have to subtract, right? The correct option is, oh, what's wrong with you, Patch? That is option number 1 is the correct option. Okay, you can complete the lesson by yourself later today. So we were working on grade 5 math. The chapter we were working on is mixed operations, and the lessons we have covered today are add, subtract, multiply, and divide by whole numbers word problem. Then we did multiply, write numerical expressions. Then we did add, subtract, multiply, and divide fractions and mixed numbers. Add, subtract, multiply, and divide word problems. You have to do this lesson on your own. The next one is add, subtract, multiply, divide fractions and makes them problem. This one you also have to do on your own. The one we just did is add, subtract, multiply and divide decimals, right? So please make sure before the next session you can complete all the practice questions for the lesson we did today. That is your homework until next session, right? So if you need more help with any of the lesson, you can contact any tutor on the Skype. They are available from Monday to Friday, 5 to 9. Or either you have to join me in the interactive session that would be daily from 4 to 5 and from 9 to 10. So if you have any questions related to the lesson we have just covered, you can ask. I'm here to answer all your questions and confusions if you have any. So please ask questions if you have any. No questions? Okay, that's all for today. See you in the next session. Bye, everyone.